And this is not amusing in any way to the court. It's sad. But I think the risk of non-appearance and the lengths that Ms. Aney is willing to go to get the controlled substances convinced me, Ms. Perry, that a personal recognizance bond, even for inpatient at this point, would be ill-advised. Now, at some point, there is hope for Ms. Aney. Recovery can be had. But the fact of the matter is that there has to be a period of time of abstinence, and sometimes this abstinence has to be forced because they just can't do it on their own. So I'm going to set a bond that ensures that she's going to show up for court, because I think if I set anything lower than a bond that requires her incarceration right now, I don't think she'd show up for court. This behavior is unmistakably of a nature that she would flee. She was on abscond status from parole, provided a false name, fled the police car after she was in custody, broke into somebody's house allegedly to get away, and then in handcuffs behind her back was able to free herself of that restraint. And it took an arrest to get her in front of the court right now. So I'm going to be setting a bond that is not a personal recognizance bond, and at this point, I'm not going to consider a personal recognizance bond, even if she did get into inpatient. That's not to say that at some point during the pendency of this case, that might not be an appropriate disposition. But right now, that's not going to happen. So on the home invasion, third degree, habitual offender, fourth offense, the life felony, bond is going to be set in the amount of $100,000 cash or surety. You're not to use, possess, or consume any controlled substances you by a doctor if you post that bond. You are to, if you post that bond, to be fitted with a GPS monitor for your whereabouts in the event that you post that bond. On the escape, lawful custody, and malicious destruction of police or fire property, bond is set in the amount of $150,000 cash or surety with the same conditions that you not use or possess any controlled substances that are not prescribed for you by a doctor. If I didn't say it, on both cases she would be subject to random testing if she posts that bond, and on this one likewise she would be have to be fitted with a GPS monitor for her whereabouts. Now I assume there's going to be a parole hold. Is that what you alluded to, Mr. Roberts?
That's what we were told by the parole department.
All right, so this all may be somewhat academic, but in case there's not a parole hold, these bonds are designed to hold you where you're at right now. I'm not going to sugarcoat it at all. I'm afraid you would not appear. So that's what we're going to do today. Both cases are set for probable cause, conference, and preliminary examination.